McGrady had lashed out at his teammates following a shaky loss the night before in Chicago. The latest 4-game slide has McGrady once more openly critical of his teammates' lack of passion. And T-Mac looking to stir his team again heading to Indiana.
And the times that he's been able to get his fingers on it to keep somebody from getting a clean rebound.
Well, that's a force by McGrady, and then a late whistle against Artest. And Ron has his first foul. He has given McGrady some nightmares, especially here at the Conseco Fieldhouse. And Strickland back the other way. McGrady for 3, and he sinks it.
Pacers are going to take a 20-second timeout.
And nothing but net. And he beats the clock. Tracy McGrady hardly know that he's even on the floor. His second field goal of the night. So McGrady with 34 in the loss to Memphis, and just shaking his head. Owen Jones, the second-year man out of Oregon. And there is McGrady from way outside. He has hit 71 three-pointers this year. And has a McGrady with Crozier, and he nails it again for 3.
Three-point basket.
Tracy, in the last trip here, had hit 4 of. And the Magic showing some signs of life now. There's the fake. McGrady up and over. Late whistle, but indeed a foul on Indiana.
And Artest is off the bench. He's coming back in because Rick Carlisle really doesn't want to let this Tracy McGrady go any more than he needs to, than he has to. He's made 2 3-pointers quickly to the rim there. They call a foul on Pollard. Pretty tough call. Looked as though he just got his hand up after the ball.
Comes down with it. Garachek coming over with Drew Gooden from Memphis last year for Mike Miller. And there is McGrady. Continues to heat it up. All of a sudden, he has 17 points. Scrambling, but the Magic all alone is McGrady. Tracy McGrady putting on a show here in the second quarter. And the Pacers lead 116. O'Neal, who is the lone Pacer in double figures. McGrady being watched by Artest, pulls up and is fouled. So Artest was in his face and also in his chest.
He was in him tight. He picked up his second foul. Now that puts a little pressure on the balance of the team, because now you have to make a decision with McGrady getting hot. Down here in this position, he's pulling up for
57%, but there is a rare turnover for Indiana, and another 3 by McGrady, who is unfunny tonight. Memphis down by 20 against Miami, down by 23, and then making the run. They pulled to within 2 points of Miami with 2 minutes left. Energy left to pull the game out, and you would figure that they've made the run with Tracy McGrady, but here he is steering this Orlando Magic team back into it.
Well, he's just a guy that can light it up even.
Foul on McGrady. Here he is, wide open. Forget about it. Number 7 from downtown, and Tracy McGrady is beyond being on fire.
Not had it, until Jalen Rose used to be able to do it, but then the Pacers lost it for a couple of years. Now Ron is more comfortable doing it.
McGrady, the quick turn, gets by Artest, then he had to deal with O'Neal, and also Jeff Foster stepping in, but they'll call the foul on Artest, so an early key here in this. For the ball, it is Bogans, who's always wound up. McGrady again! No! Yes, 36 points for McGrady, and a timeout called by Indiana as McGrady hits his 8th. These teams taking off on the scoreboard. Jones trying to get in on McGrady, and there is the whistle. Rick Carlisle has always said when you deal with a superstar like that, defensively it all comes down to a team effort. And right now with Artest, so has a little more touch. McGrady is back in, and so is the ball in the basket. 39 for McGrady.
Cellophane lid for sure, because it looks like it wants to go.
Isolated, McGrady goes over Artest and now has 41 points. And that is the first 40.
Right before he threw the ball in.
Once you give up all hope, things are okay. McGrady fading away from deep in the corner. That is a two-pointer, but with 25 points, 9 rebounds. Tracy McGrady with 43. Pacers have now won 6 in a row, and the Orlando Magic have lost 5 in a row.